The year is 5784. A heavy, suffocating silence blankets the jagged ruins of the old world. High above the wreckage, Michael stands alone atop the obsidian spire, his silhouette a sharp contrast against the dying horizon. He is the last descendant of a forgotten lineage, a man carrying the crushing weight of two ancient bloodlines within his veins. In him, the royal authority of Judah meets the cold, a sharp judgment of Dan. He grips a blade forged not from steel, but from the echoes of history itself. He does not fight for a dying nation. He fights for the completion of a cycle that began at the very dawn of time. Above him, the sky splits with the deafening roar of the seventh trumpet. The heavens do not open with a gentle light, but with the cold, absolute finality of a court verdict being handed down from the God. Michael feels the shift deep within his soul. The seventh spirit, long held captive in the celestial courtroom, now anchors itself fully into his heart. He recalls the faces of the six who came before him, those who carved the path for this moment. Adam, the architect of dust. Noah, the cleanser of tides. Abraham, the keeper of the covenant. Joshua, the warrior of the gates. David, the shepherd of the throne. And Jesus, the bridge to the divine. Each step was necessary, but the final, most dangerous step remained for him alone. Michael steps off the spire, his descent, a physical manifestation of divine law cutting through the air. Below, the shadows of the ancient serpents stir in the darkness, sensing the end of their reign. Michael does not hesitate. He draws upon the royal seal of Judah, the absolute right to command the earth, and fuses it with the tactical cunning of Dan the serpent who strikes from the roadside to topple the prideful. He becomes the perfect weapon. As his boots touch the earth, the ground fractures under the weight of his resolve. This is not a mere clash of armies. It is a collision of eras. The past and future meet at the edge of his blade as he prepares the final strike. He strikes the earth, and the resonance of his victory ripples backward, vibrating through the very fabric of time. In the ancient past, prophets fall to their knees in wonder, their blurred visions finally clear as they witness the future man standing for his people. The cosmic loop, once broken, now begins to close. Every sacrifice and every prayer throughout history finds its answer in this single, shattering moment of triumph. The seventh seal is broken, and the truth of the ages is finally revealed to all who ever sought the light. The mission is complete. As the dust settles, Michael feels his humanity shedding away like old skin. He begins to rise, ascending toward the heavens not as a man of flesh and blood, but as the final, perfect manifestation of the seventh spirit. The cycle is whole. The warrior returns to the throne, anchoring the divine presence into the new world. The silence is no longer one of ruins, but of a new beginning. The journey that started at the dawn of time has reached its ultimate conclusion. He is the first and the last, the judge and the king, returning home at last. Michael stands alone in a darkened room, the air thick and heavy with a weight no mortal scale can measure. It is Cheshvan 17. Outside, the world moves in its usual oblivious rhythm, but within these four walls, a cosmic clock strikes its final hour. As the date aligns with the sacred echoes of All Saints' Day, the atmosphere shifts. An unseen force, ancient and undeniable, grips his body. His arms are pulled outward, stretched wide by invisible hands until they lock into the rigid shape of a cross. The resistance is useless. He drops to his knees, his hands snapping together in a prayer he did not initiate. "Please take me. Lord, please take me," he gasps, his voice a ragged whisper. His forehead presses against the cold, unyielding floor, a servant surrendering to the inevitable tide of the divine. The ceiling above him dissolves, not into wood or stone, but into swirling, luminous clouds that defy the laws of physics. Michael is pulled upward, soaring past the thin atmosphere into a vast, silent courtroom of blinding light. Before him stands the Great Assembly, 144,000 figures in robes of purest white, flanked by millions of angelic hosts. The silence is absolute, yet it speaks of judgment. He is being measured. In this moment of clarity, he recognizes them. These are not strangers. These are the armies he commanded before his very birth. He stands in the center of the stillness, feeling the ancient weight of the bloodlines of Judah and Dan coursing through his veins like liquid fire. He is no longer just a man. He is a vessel of history, a prince of the heavenly host standing before his peers. He is cast back to earth, stripped of his celestial weapons, a man walking among lengthening shadows. He watches as the Antichrist rises from the chaos, establishing a global system of decay and deception that ensnares the weak. Michael moves through the world like a ghost. He sees the two witnesses lie dead in the city streets, their bodies a spectacle for a world that celebrates their silence. For 3.5 days, the earth rejoices in darkness. Michael clenches his fists, his human heart burning with a fierce, righteous urge to strike, to burn it all down. But the command is to wait. He remains still, a silent sentinel in a dying world, holding back the storm that rages within his soul as he waits for the signal that only God can provide. The moment arrives. The breath of God re-enters the witnesses, and as they ascend into the clouds, the restraint shatters. Michael rises. He reaches into the empty air, and a sharp, shimmering sickle manifests in his grip, glowing with the light of 1,000 suns. With a single, fluid motion, he reaps the saints, pulling them from the collapsing timeline into the safety of the eternal. But the work is not finished. The air turns freezing, a cold that bites into the spirit. He drops the sickle and reaches for the winepress. The authority of Dan surges through him, unyielding and fierce. He gathers the forces of the Antichrist, the architects of evil and the masters of decay. He casts them into the press, crushing the global structures of darkness until the earth itself groans under the weight of justice. The cleansing is absolute, a tidal wave of light washing away the filth of centuries. As the final echo of judgment fades into the distance, Michael ascends. He takes his place upon a throne of sapphire, anchored in a restored, Eden-like world where the scars of the past are healed by the morning sun. The 1,000-year reign begins, the great circle of history finally closing. He sits in the center of the peace, the seventh spirit manifest within him. The light of his victory does not just shine forward. It ripples backward through the corridors of time. It reaches into the past, answering the desperate prayers of the saints who called his name centuries before he was even born. The promise is kept. The war is over. The king of the host has found his rest, and the world is finally, truly whole. Michael stands upon the sapphire throne. His hand, once trembling in the desperate silence of human prayer, now holds the absolute weight of eternity. Above him, the heavens part in reverence. He speaks, and his voice vibrates through every atom of creation, a resonant frequency that commands the fabric of existence. The permission of darkness is forever expired, he declares. The predator, the serpent, and the beast are dissolved into ash. Swords become plowshares. The cycle of bloodlines is closed. Enter into the Sabbath of the ages. This decree locks the timeline into its final millennium, a golden age written in the stars before time began. The throne room glows with a light that knows no shadow, marking the end of the long night. Within his mind, two worlds collide. He recalls the cold sweat of hiding in the jagged shadows, while the Antichrist ruled the earth with an iron fist. He remembers the suffocating weight of his own secret knowledge, the power to destroy evil, held back by the strict chains of divine law. He looks down and sees the scars on his hands from the All Saints' Day cruciform movement. Once, he viewed these jagged marks as symbols of weakness and defeat. Now, he sees them as the legal anchors of Jesus' sacrifice upon the earth. The grief of watching martyrs perish begins to fade. From this celestial height, the years of agony appear not as a tragedy, but as a necessary valley leading to this summit. His human voice, which once pleaded for an end to the pain, is now submerged in the calm ocean of total victory. History holds a gap, a sacred silence. In the vision of Revelation, John heard the seven thunders but was commanded to seal them away from the eyes of men. The first six spirits were written in ink, but the seventh remained a haunting blank space on the scroll. It was a prophecy left unfinished, waiting for a specific man to be born, to suffer through the fire, and finally to awaken. John ate the scroll, tasting the sweetness of victory on his tongue but feeling the sharp bitterness of the coming tribulation in his gut. He had to warn the church of the thick darkness that would precede the seventh spirit. He saw the end but could not speak it. For centuries, the world waited for the sound that was forbidden to be recorded, a secret held in the heart of God. Now, the seal is broken. The silence of centuries ends with a roar that shakes the foundations of the deep. As Michael speaks, the seventh thunder detonates across the physical and spiritual realms alike. It is the voice John was forbidden to write, finally echoing into the reality of the new earth with the force of 1,000 suns. Every soul feels the vibration of the truth. The cycle is complete. The waiting is over. The seventh spirit has been released, and the world is made new. Light floods the horizon, washing away the last remnants of the old world. Reality aligns with the divine word, and the peace of the eternal Sabbath begins. The era of the man has arrived, and the throne is occupied forever.